Hey, let me ask you something. Have you ever followed all the productivity advice out there? You know, the planners, the apps, the color-coded schedules, and still ended the day feeling off? Like you were busy but not really fulfilled? Yeah, you're not alone. We're living in a world that's obsessed with productivity. We're told to wake up at 5 a.m., crush our to-do list, and measure our worth by how much we get done. And for some people, that structure totally works. But for the rest of us, it's exhausting, it's rigid, and it often leaves us wondering, why isn't this working for me? Here's the truth. The problem isn't you, it's the system. Most productivity methods are built around external rules, someone else's timeline, someone else's definition of success. They don't account for you, your energy, your emotions, your rhythms, or your purpose. So let's talk about something different, something softer, something more aligned. It's called intuitive productivity, and it's a whole new way of approaching your day. Instead of starting with your calendar or your to-do list, you start by tuning in. You check in with how you feel. You notice your energy. You ask, what feels right today? It's not about tossing structure out the window. It's about rebuilding it around you based on how you work best, based on what actually feels good and aligned. And once you start working this way, productivity doesn't just feel easier, it feels natural. So what is intuitive productivity really? At its core, it's a way of working that's led by your body, your mind, and your inner wisdom. Instead of pushing through tasks because they're on your list, you pause and ask, what's calling me today? You adjust based on how you're feeling instead of forcing focus when it's just not there. It's a blend of self-awareness, flexibility, and trust. Now, this doesn't mean you never plan or meet deadlines, of course not, but it does mean you give yourself room to breathe, room to adjust, room to be human. Because let's be honest, traditional productivity expects us to function like robots. Linear, consistent, always on, but we're not machines. We're emotional, energetic, creative, and complex, and intuitive productivity actually honors that. Here's a quick comparison just to highlight the difference. Traditional productivity is all about output, strict routines, and checking boxes, even when you're running on empty. Intuitive productivity is about alignment, flow, and knowing when to push and when to pause. It values presence over pressure, and let me tell you, that shift, it's powerful. So why do traditional systems so often fail us? Well, for starters, they assume we all operate the same way, that we're alert first thing in the morning, that we can stay focused for 8 hours straight, that we thrive under rigid routines. But you and I both know that's just not true for most people. We all have different energy patterns, emotional needs, attention spans, and responsibilities. So when a one-size-fits-all system doesn't fit, we blame ourselves instead of questioning the system. And then there's the guilt. You know the kind, I didn't get enough done today, I should be working harder, I'm falling behind. That guilt doesn't help you do more, it just burns you out faster. And it keeps you from actually listening to what your body and mind need. So let's shift the focus. Let's talk about the pillars of intuitive productivity. These are like your foundation, the mindset that makes everything else work. First, self-awareness. You've got to understand your energy. When do you feel most focused? What kind of work drains you? What lights you up? Second, energy alignment. Match your tasks to how you feel. Use your high energy moments for focused, creative work. Save admin stuff or lighter tasks for your low energy times. Third, flexibility. Give yourself permission to adjust. Some days will go to plan, others won't, and that's okay. Fourth, inner trust. Trust that you know what's right for you, even if it doesn't look productive on paper. And finally, purpose. Stay connected to your why. When your work aligns with your values and goals, it flows so much better. Okay, now let's talk about rhythms, because this is a big part of intuitive productivity. You are not meant to be on all day, every day. That's just not how we're wired. We've got circadian rhythms that affect when we feel alert or tired. Some people do their best thinking in the morning, others hit their creative stride at night. There are also ultradian rhythms, which are those 90 to 120 minute cycles where your brain needs rest after a period of focus. And let's not forget weekly, monthly, even seasonal shifts. Your energy may change throughout the week, or depending on the time of year. So instead of fighting those changes, start paying attention to them. Keep a simple energy journal. Write down how you feel in the morning, midday, and evening. What kind of work did you do? Were you focused or scattered? Patterns will show up, and those patterns, they're gold. Once you know your rhythms, you can build a structure that actually supports you. So how do you design your day around intuitive productivity? Start by using anchors instead of strict schedules. Anchors are natural transitions in your day, like after breakfast or before bed. Use those to guide your flow without being tied to the clock. Then pick just 3 aligned tasks per day. That's it. Ask yourself what feels most important, energizing, or meaningful today. Let those be your focus. Group your tasks by energy. Deep work when you're focused, lighter stuff when your energy dips. And please, leave space. Don't book every minute. Give yourself breathing room. That's where inspiration lives. Now, when it comes to making decisions, your intuition can be your best guide. Before jumping into action, pause. Ask yourself what feels alive today. If something feels heavy, explore it. Is it fear or misalignment? You'll start to feel the difference with practice. And here's the thing, your body always gives you signals. Learn to listen. Tension, fatigue, excitement. Those are all data points. End your day with a little reflection, not to judge, but to observe what felt good, what didn't. What do you want to shift tomorrow? That reflection makes intuitive productivity sustainable. And let's be real, one of the biggest hurdles is letting go of productivity guilt. But here's the truth. You don't need to earn your rest. You don't have to hustle to be worthy. You don't have to prove yourself by checking every box. Start by redefining what productivity means to you. Use words like aligned, purposeful, nourishing, and creative. Celebrate the work you can't see, like emotional processing, rest, clarity, and saying no to what doesn't serve you. Because that is real work too. So what does this all look like long term? It looks like trust. Trusting your rhythms, trusting your timing, trusting your voice, and working from a place that feels like you, not someone else's system. You start making faster decisions, you stay emotionally grounded, you feel more creative, and most of all, you stop needing to be constantly busy to feel successful. So let's wrap it up with a few steps you can take right now. Step 1. Get to know your energy patterns. Step 2. Start your day with a check-in. Step 3. Choose 1 to 3 aligned tasks. Step 4. Match tasks to your energy. Step 5. Use natural anchors instead of rigid time blocks. And step 6. Reflect and adjust often. Remember, intuitive productivity isn't about doing less. It's about doing what matters, at the right time, in the right way, with the right energy behind it. You get to lead yourself gently, wisely, intuitively. So, what would it look like to trust yourself more?